demolition will begin within hours of today's closing ceremony, and all will be left will be the memories, millions of them, for the legions of Spurs supporters. The last lineups at White Hart Lane. Hugo Lloris, who's played over 100 games here in goal. It's Kieran Trippier at right back. Kyle Walker wasn't at his best at West Ham. Eric Dyer has been back in midfield for the last couple of games. Both Eriksen and Ali have scored in recent Spurs wins over United, and Son Heung-min is the Premier League's player of April. And Harry Kane has this one last chance to round up the 48 goals he's already scored here. It's a strong Manchester United. David De Gea in for his 200th appearance in the Premier League. No need to rest Eric Bailly, who is now suspended from the Europa League final. In midfield, a place for the youngster Axel Tuanzebe, maybe with Christian Eriksen in mind. Wayne Rooney, at the other end of his United career, has always enjoyed playing here and has the record to show for it. And it's Anthony Martial, these days getting a run as a central striker. On the benches, the usual suspects as substitutes for Spurs, and United youngsters Scott McTominay and Demi Mitchell. Well, progress often comes with sadness. The future often includes farewell. So it is goodbye to a stadium, not always linked with success, but always synonymous with splendid football. One last game at the Lane, and it's live.
Your odds from William Hill lets you create and bet on your own markets. Tweet us direct from the William Hill app or from Twitter, and we'll reply with the odds. Join over 100,000 Your Odds customers, a few familiar faces, and view their markets. Spot something you like, one click, it's in your bet slip, and you're on. Your Odds from William Hill.
Well, Gary, you've played here many times. The best and the worst from your memory bank?
I'll start with the worst. I think it was January 1st, New Year's Day, back in 1996. We lost 4-1 with a centre-back partnership that I don't think will go down in history for Manchester United, Neville and Prunier. And then the best memory was the 5-3, 3-0 down at half-time, and then we scored just after half-time, and this stadium was full of fear straight away, and we ended up winning 5-3, so a not so good memory and a very good one, but always had a good record here. It's a great old stadium with a fantastic atmosphere.
What a feat it would be for Pochettino's players to go through this final season undefeated in this ground. Unbeaten in 22, they have won 16 in a row, 13 of those in the Premier League. That's what you call a proper send-off. Manchester United always good visitors for a finale, as they showed West Ham a year ago. And happily they've had a safer journey and then to Upton Park, and considerably quicker than when they came here last season. The kick-off had to be put back from 4 o'clock to where we are now at 4:30. There's Michael Carrick, ex-Spurs of course.
Jose Mourinho bringing the changes from the system. Surprising really, Bailly's right back. You can only think that's to try Jones and Smalling ahead of the Europa League final, with Bailly obviously being suspended. Mata looks like he's playing in the number 10 role, Rooney to the left, Jesse Lingard right. And Tuanzebe is in midfield alongside Carrick.
And alongside Christian Eriksen. Very much alongside Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, he's looking at his man marking. If you just look at the top left of your picture, Tuanzebe and Eriksen very close to each other.
To see whether the occasion does play on the minds of the Tottenham young team. Obviously they found out on Friday night that their tilt at the title was in vain. Leaning into it was Son. Handball. John Moss is the referee. Ben Davis It's rather underneath the cross, but it needs defending, and Blind does just that.
United shouldn't be found wanting in the area from crosses today. They have got 4 centre-backs across the back 4. Blind at left back.
And Reece being chased down there by Martial. Davis, long run since the turn of the year with Danny Rose being out, and there's Wayne Rooney trying it. I thought Lloris was off his line, but he didn't get the elevation.
It was worth it. He was well off his line, Lloris. He was 16-17 yards near the edge of the box. Wayne Rooney couldn't execute.
He was about to enter the stadium 15 years ago. He scored a stunning goal for Everton's youth team in the Youth Cup semi-final. First time I saw him play, and for a lot of people in the ground that night, we'd heard about him, and he just went and performed even beyond expectations. So he's got plenty of great White Hart Lane memories, starting as a kid. Wanyama. Tottenham forward.
It's interesting that you mentioned will the Tottenham players be distracted. I always remember playing in certain types of games like this at United down the years, you know, the Munich anniversary games and such like, and it was never easy. Had some pretty bad results on those types of days.
That's where Martial likes playing. Rashford, one of those just to held back, obviously emphasising his importance these days. Here's Ali holding him back. Phil Jones comes away with it and needs the goalkeeper's help. And wonderful fixtures between these two clubs down the years. Certainly in the glory Tottenham days in the 60s. Top competitors in the land. So football was open, attractive, games were full of goals.
I think that was the one thing when playing against Tottenham, you always felt as though they would give you a chance. They were always open, they always tried to play the right way. I have to say, this team, I think it's got a really good balance of being able to mix it, defend and attack, and certainly the best Tottenham team I've seen.
A lovely ball by the time. We know it's not, because Ben Davies is offside. We can bring in Jamie Redknapp for the first time. Jamie, as an ex-Tottenham man, how are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously a lot of emotions today. It's interesting what Gary was saying there, and playing in big games at Anfield. And the last day in front of the Kop, we expect to be a great occasion. We end up losing 1-0, you know, so it doesn't always work out that way. But just a little tactical point today. Tuanzebe, who's predominantly played centre-back or right-back in his career, has gone and attached himself to Eriksen, and Michael Carrick's getting himself to Dele Alli. And that shows you what Man United see as Tottenham's strengths, and they're trying to stop in that midfield area, and you can see Tuanzebe's now going to try and track Eriksen's run.
Alli wins a corner off by.
It's a good run from Dele Alli.
The presence of mind to think about the short one, but most managers who work hard at their set pieces expect the players to certainly follow the instructions, the rehearsed moves, rather than go off the cuff early on.
And it allows Eriksen to escape Tuanzebe for the first time in the first 5 minutes.
Dyer very good in the air, and so too is Victor Wanyama. Well, it might not be the last goal at the Lane, but it's an early one here. And it's in keeping with the overriding emotion of the afternoon.
That's a great start for Tottenham. They threatened to play the short one earlier through Dele Alli, but Son takes them away. Ben Davies just rolls it out of his feet. He puts a wonderful ball into the box. And it's Wayne Rooney who just gets underneath it. He loses Wanyama. It's poor defending from the captain. And you could see it a mile off that he was nowhere near him. It was just a question as to whether Wanyama could get the contact. The accuracy is a brilliant header back across David De Gea, who's no chance. And those fans absolutely delighted.
to Victor the Spoils. He's hit a fine vein of form. He's outstanding here against Arsenal in the North London derby, which Tottenham won with a bit of a swagger. They're not the easiest side to score against Manchester United under Mourinho. And Tottenham have made an early breakthrough. Here's Mata and Rooney. Blind, and Mata is there. He was offside.
I have to say it was a wonderful cross from Daily Blind, but you can quite clearly see that Juan Mata was offside. Makes a mess of the header anyway. I'll say United went down against Arsenal in that game and they really couldn't recover because they've been so defensive up to that point. What they have to do now, I suppose, in some ways, they've got enough time to react and they have to change their approach.
Kane. There's Rooney, not for long. And Moss has penalised the United skipper.
I have to say, when you watch this Tottenham team from up in the position that we are here, they do really strangle you. They push up so tight. It's an aggressive team, young, brilliantly organised, fantastic to watch. They really are.
And if you're the opposition, they really come at you.
It's a strangling approach. As I say, the centre-backs push right up the pitch. Midfield players engage. There's no retreat.
There's the Kane picking up a slow header from Blind. Eriksen's in the middle. Kane. Trippier. Bailly didn't control it when he might have done. Wanyama. Dyer, both supposedly holding midfield players, pressing right on, dragging United back. Overawed by the occasion? I don't think so.
No, not at all. It's a really good start to the game from Tottenham. They pass it quickly, the movement's really good. The moment United have got, is it 7 strung across the back? They can't get out.
Put forward by Trippier. Jesse Lingard's gone across with Son. The marking has been put up on the tactics board as to be sharp and diligent and at times man for man. Spurs are unhinging that policy with their early movement here.
The movement of Eriksen and Dele Alli is so good. It's making it really difficult for Tuanzebe and Carrick. Look at him constantly on the move there. Look at Dele Alli now just spinning in behind Michael Carrick. Eriksen moving towards Tuanzebe and all of him, should I say.
Thank you first from Toby Alderweireld. Here of the defensive community Spurs this season. Here of the Tongan. And then our brothers in arms. Season both these clubs coming into the game on the back of Premier League defeats in London. Tottenham didn't really do themselves justice at West Ham. Maybe a pointer for the future for Spurs. West Ham wrote really the first page in their new history book with their new stadium and a derby win over Tottenham. Bailly take on Davis, and he's in a telling cross that Alderweireld had to just help away from the goal and behind for the corner.
It's a really good cross, gets it out of his feet. The delivery's excellent. Alderweireld just in there on his own. I have to say, Marcel and Rooney's movement, Lingard not good enough. Got to get across defenders. You know, believe and trust in the wide player that he's going to get the ball in the box. into a good zone.
Now goes towards the near post. Rooney's up.
He would have made amends for what happened at the other end. He just climbs early, gets up above Eric Dyer. But unlike Wanyama, it's a more difficult chance. Couldn't keep it down.
It's half a dozen goals for a particular record. That's because in senior football the Youth Cup doesn't count. Captain Wayne's own scrapbook. Ericsson. It's got a foot in. It's a real tough ask this for Axel Tuanzebe. He's very promising, but in more defined roles than Man is defined, but they're not used to doing it, especially against a canny operator like Ericsson.
Well, he's got the physical capacity to do it, but it's whether he's got the intelligence. Ericsson has.
Good to see him back after a spell on the sidelines. And then the front foot again with Dyer. Well, Jamie Redknapp, give us your thoughts on the goal.
I think Gary covered it well with Wanyama and Rooney, but it's just interesting because Son makes a good bit of movement that takes Daley Blind away, which enables then Ben Davies to get that bit of space on the edge of the box, take a good first touch and then whip in a great ball. It really is a fantastic delivery. Wanyama's too strong for Rooney at the far post. I think Ben Davies deserves a lot of credit because we've hardly missed Danny Rose in this Tottenham team. We don't really talk about him at the moment. And he's come in, done such a great job, so reliable. I know you played in that full-back area, Gary, but he deserves a special mention, doesn't he, Ben Davies?
Yeah, he does. And you think about Rose and Walker, they've been really good for Tottenham, but the two that are in today, Trippier and Ben Davies, have been more than capable of filling in for them.
Well, they were the shadow squad, weren't they, for a while? But they kept the faith and they were well managed by Mauricio Pochettino. And I think deep down, with Kieran Trippier, they always had the belief that he could maybe overtake Kyle Walker, but a very competitive man himself. He stood his ground in the team.
Well, that's the impression I got when he signed Trippier, that they felt he would come in and overtake Kyle, but Kyle responded brilliantly well and has played probably his best football since Trippier came to the club.
Vincent. Caught by Jones, but Spurs still have the ball. As they have done most of the opening 15 minutes by that ratio. There goes for Tonga. Tuanzebe helps United out. Jones and Smalling played together for the England under-21 team when they were both at other clubs, and when they came together at United it seemed to be a dream partnership. Here's Lingard looking for a green ball for Martial.
He should have done better, Jesse Lingard. He should have done better. Martial was in a great position. He had to put it further in front of the striker.
Alec. Came to try and chase. Smalling's watching closely. Okay. So just trying to slip it through for Son. Of great players here, arguably the greatest of the lot, Odd the God, and of course a former manager as well. And we'll remember Chris Webber not far away, not singing, which is probably good news for us. Diamond Lights, sure you've got that in your collection, Gary. You have collections these days, you have it all on your device. There's Trippier. 50 former players who will come out on the pitch after this match is over in the closing ceremony, which we'll bring you live. Mata. Nice small. Manchester United, but it's much harder when you're conceding an early goal.
What's difficult for them is obviously they're defending very deep and they've got to try and play their way out. They have the same problem at Arsenal and at City.
Martial just trying to steer that beyond his international colleague Hugo Lloris. Well, he did that, but couldn't get it inside the far post.
There's no doubt he's a threat, Martial, when he's played up top. It's a fantastic pass from Wayne Rooney. And Alderweireld, you don't see him too often muscled like that, in a sort of Thierry Henry type position, trying to set it out past the far post, agonising for Martial.
He's reached the 25-goal mark in his career for Manchester United. Martial has triggered one of those add-on payments to Monaco, and £8 million. He's got plenty of pace of his own.
What United have shown a couple of times is when they do string 4 or 5 passes together, it can be a danger and a threat to Tottenham. Just haven't done it too much in this first 20 minutes.
We're on historical duty today, really. It's United's 80th league visit to White Hart Lane. Plenty of wins here, but they haven't won any of the last 4, and they trail the Wanyama header to nil. Ali.
It's clear what United are doing. They're playing without width. Everybody's tight in that midfield. Carrick, Tuanzebe, Mata and Rooney, all so narrow. Trying to close Tottenham off in that central area.
Son has forced a way through. Can he finish it here? Beaten out by De Gea. Comes out to Eriksen. Or 2 chances in quick succession for Tottenham.
United, as I just said, they've got plenty of players in there trying to close off that central area, but Son just walks through the middle of them all. It's terrible. The shot wasn't good enough from Son. Straight at De Gea. Anything either side of him is in big trouble.
Just deflected by Smalling to Eriksen, who's normally more accurate in that kind of range. Play Ajax, of course, in the Europa League final. The last time they played, Vertonghen and Eriksen were in the Ajax lineup, and in the Europa League they knocked United out. United of Sir Alex.
There's no doubt that game is the priority for United, and that's why you see United make lots of changes, which is never easy.
Not so many changes from last Sunday across North London, just 3. I think 8 from midweek.
Yeah.
Davis. Going for Eric Dyer as United back off. Ali. Alderweireld. Tuanzebe still trying to dog the footsteps of Christian Eriksen. But Jones is struggling against Harry Kane, really struggling. Kane saw the movement from Ali, checked out and then went to the far post for the ball played across the box.
Look at Phil Jones. He's swimming. Harry Kane's strength puts him to the ground. Really good centre forward play.
Raised. Come from deep. has already counted for Tottenham. Kane going in. Just needed a fainter touch.
Well, the cross from Eriksen is absolutely wonderful, and it dips, and it cons De Gea to think he can come for it. Not quite sure what he could do there. The first one comes in and Carrick clears it, but Tottenham ringing the edge of the box, and once he gets a yard, Eriksen, his delivery is wonderful into that near post. You see De Gea's view of it here now. He's just never quite there. Harry Kane always favourite.
Still looking for his first goal in his career against Manchester United. He scored against pretty much everybody else he's faced in Premier League football. I think Cardiff's the only one who had that one season in the top flight. Rooney, stopped by Son. Thought he was being nabbed after that. The referee didn't. The versatile Lingard. Force Manchester United all the way back to De Gea. Hoping to get away from Martial's touch. And here comes Wanyama again. Bit of confusion with Son this time. They've had 9 days to stew over their game at West Ham. Once riddled with deep rivalry, was very disappointed with the performance and of course the result.
Well, he's built a wonderful team here. It's important now that over the summer that they're kept together.
Well, not just over the summer, over the building of the stadium. It's going to be expensive, around 800 million, and he's got players that we're watching today who could make big inroads into the cost of that if they're sold.
Yeah, I would say that, but on the other hand, when you're trying to fill a new stadium and create excitement, there's no way I can see him letting the likes of Ali, Kane go in this next 12 months when they've got to keep the excitement around the new
They've got
stadium.
to bridge the gap, haven't they, from this ground to the one next door, via Wembley.
With that man.
And Smalling could have left that to De Gea. The ball wasn't strong enough. Eriksen deflected by Tuanzebe. And it nearly fell for a tap-in for Ali. De Gea was scrambling but survived.
Well, I said earlier in the game that Manchester United shouldn't have too much of a problem from crosses with the back four that they've got. They're all centre-backs. Yeah, they're having nightmares from crosses. They work it well in the wide area. It's Eriksen again. There's a deflection which makes it really difficult for De Gea. And in the end, he's grateful. His defenders are there to help him out.
How ironic that would have been if it had gone in, deflected off the man marker, Tuanzebe. Scrambling, successful, David De Gea. Here's Martial. Best moment so far for Manchester United. This duel goes on. And Eriksen has to foul Tuanzebe. Well played the youngster. Looking at players who have scored goals for Tottenham against Manchester United. Here's one of them. Pat Jennings did it at Old Trafford with a clearance in a Charity Shield game back in 1967. Of course, really recognised for being a great goalkeeper, and he still looks the same today.
I just say it's a wonderful head of art.
Well, I used to talk about his hands, but they were very, very good and very, very useful for... as I say, a wonderful goalkeeper for Tottenham, and dare I say it, and Arsenal. got a lot of injured players at the moment, and of course Paul Pogba, we haven't mentioned sympathies to him and his family, missing today after the death of his father.
It's not a good challenge from Wanyama. Not good at all. He's very lucky not to get a yellow card for that.
He's in again, the Kenyan. So is Chris Smalling. And Thomas just hesitated, waiting to see whether Tottenham were going to break away, but he's pulled it back for the Smalling foul.
They are an aggressive team, Tottenham. They tackle at every opportunity. Not so many passive games where teams aren't up against people, they don't tackle. This team do. They're on top of you all the time. Defenders try and get in front of strikers, don't let them bring it down.
Wanyama on to Kane. Three around him. Samantha made the contact. And the delaying of the free kick.
Well, I'm not sure it should trouble David De Gea from a shot perspective. You look at Eriksen's eyes, he's already looking for a cross into the middle, but it's going to be very difficult for that back line of Manchester United because Eriksen can drop nice little soft passes into good areas.
Of course, recently Marcus Rashford scored from this sort of wrong way round for the right footer, away to Celta in Vigo.
Like I say, it might not be a problem for them, but he's only got one in the wall, David De Gea, which might encourage Eriksen to have a little bit of a pop.
Look sideways to see who's waiting for this kind of clip. Tuanzebe heads it away. Gives us another chance to bring in Jamie Redknapp. Are you impressed with the attitude from Tottenham, Jamie?
Absolutely. Gary was just touching on it there. You can see why this Tottenham team's unbeaten at home. They play with so much energy. They almost make up, again, they're pressing. They make other teams look almost pedestrian, at times lazy, because of the energy they play at. The amount of times they win tackles, they press high up the pitch. They've got really special, talented players in Dele Alli and Eriksen. But they make other teams look almost lethargic in the way they play. Would you agree, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a strangling approach. They just don't let you have a second on the ball. They're up with the game all the time. They're young, they're hungry.
I think it's a chance to pay a compliment to Chelsea to say how well they've done to finish ahead of them.
I agree. I agree. It's a very, very good Tottenham team. Excellent team. Record of a points tally in the Premier League.
And real drill shot from Dele Alli, working David De Gea again. No nonsense about it, straightforward, on target.
Watch his movement. His movement has been absolutely brilliant in this first half an hour. You see so many players now wanting to come to the ball all the time. It's great to see a player running past the ball, somebody who makes centre-backs make decisions. It's fantastic.
And Tottenham will be feeling they're worth a second goal here. Behind by Jones. I haven't seen the Eric Dyer run to the near post yet, which is one of the Spurs' ploys, but whether they recognise Manchester United will know all about this. Dyer doing a bit of blocking at the moment.
He's blocking for Alderweireld.
Yeah. Alderweireld comes in behind him. It nearly worked, but good vigilance that time by Smalling. Couldn't quite find him.
Should have found him, he was in.
The missing today for Manchester United, of course, is Marouane Fellaini. First goods of that sending off in the Manchester derby. Alderweireld. Dyer. Alongside by Jose Mourinho's certainly worked on the general defensive organisation levels. Going through the middle now. This is Lingard. Rooney. How do you stand, Gary, on the a lack of panache maybe that Manchester United have shown in what statistically it's been a vast improvement on last season?
I would say that in the last few weeks it's been too defensive in the sense that, you know, over the bigger picture, you know, with what's happening in so many games, I would say that if we win the Europa League and get out of the season, it would have been a successful season, but next season it would have to be different. I think it would have to be different, and it will be, I'm sure. Because Tottenham are showing Manchester United they're a level of where they need to be at and beyond. If you think that Tottenham haven't won the league, but the energy, the approach to the game, the speed of play, the passing.
Nice touch from the Tottenham houses here, singing the name of Aaron Lennon, the former player here for many years, of course, who's with Everton but having some difficult times at the moment. Davis. David Ginola looking in good health after his heart scare last year. As I say, there will be a real parade of legends. 20 minutes after the game finishes. Good fall for Blind. Not too awkward. Win today, Tottenham are out guaranteed to finish in second place, which they last did in 1963. Last, of course, winners of the title, only twice champions of England, 51 and 61. Members of the 61 double winning season here today. Davis. Still plenty of control for Tottenham, but just the one goal to show for it with 10 minutes to go to half-time. Wednesday, so many games the last few days of the Premier League season. Southampton against Manchester United is live Wednesday 7:30 Sky Sports 1. And Thursday Tottenham play again at Leicester. That will be a live encounter 7:30 Sky Sports 1. And the Leicester play, it can be nothing but. Tottenham then finish off their way to Hull, who send our commiserations to today, relegated after their defeat at Crystal Palace. And congratulations to Sam Allardyce for keeping Palace up. Card is out for Rooney.
His touch probably not as good as you would like, Eriksen. It just gives Rooney that feeling that he can make the challenge. Lunges in.
Wonders what the future holds for Wayne Rooney. Maybe he wonders as well. So, a proud captain of Manchester United, still a proud captain of England. How long that can continue if he doesn't play regular club football? Of course, as a matter of Gareth Southgate. Goes Wanyama. Here as well. Hits Mata. Right. Got past Davis once early on and put in a delightful cross.
And it's the first time for quite a while that Manchester United have entered into Tottenham's last third and had possession. Not for long.
Beaten to it by Smalling. First of the loose ball is Carrick. Not sure how he remembers his time as a Tottenham player. Came from West Ham, of course. Moved on like a number of players from here to Manchester United. That was regarded as a move up. Tonga. Wanyama. Allen. Son. For share with one or two of those that Manchester United got away with. Here's Blind. That's Mauricio Pochettino. We have hardly mentioned Jose Mourinho, which is unusual any day when a team that he manages in front of the cameras, that he's in front of the cameras.
More worrying that we've hardly mentioned his players.
Tongan. And Maurice, coolly done. Balls up to Kane. Smalling has done well. Repertoire of the Tottenham songs coming out. Here's Martial. Given away by Spurs. United have a throw. France maybe assert themselves fully before half-time. Miscue by Rooney. He's looked accomplished on the ball at right back. He was shoved in the back. And certainly playing with real authority in his first half. Haven't put this last game at Lane to bed yet, Spurs. And here's Son. What doing with defending. Dyer. To Alderweireld. Wanyama could have turned, and now Martial has shown his pace once to good effect. Has to do it again against Vertonghen. Maybe in the end was looking more for some contact. It wasn't enough for him to yell for a foul. Okay. Cut out by Bird. Again, Trippier. He's got to be careful. Not so much a cynical foul worthy of another yellow card, but a gesture of dissent.
Ricky has one more, be in real trouble. He's wrong side and tries to challenge from that side. He just gets his body in.
Vertonghen. Davis crossing for the first goal. He's won a corner.
Moments of where Tottenham have had lots of joy. The goal came from one. So United will be a little bit more diligent this time in respect to the short one.
A couple of minutes left in the first half. The last first half of football in this famous stadium. Better than Manchester United. Here's Davis. He scored for Spurs in the Premier League. Got one here in the FA Cup against Aston Villa earlier this season. Trippier. And by Dyer.
Far the better team in the first half, dominated the ball, but this game isn't over. United within a goal. Martial does look a threat. A couple of times that they have served him on the counter-attack. Need to pass balls in behind.
Mata. There's a lot of room here for Blin. Back to Mata again. Now for Tuanzebe. Slightly risky challenge by Dyer, but he did the job. Ericsson. Dyer. And you're always thinking, always trying to find the right angle to open up the opposition. Dyer. Got one added minute. There's a poor return. Trippier by Son.
Steady.
Wanyama. Ericsson's found some space. Harry Kane's found some space. Still denied by David De Gea.
I think it was Chris Smalling who just dropped back in, who played Harry Kane onside. It was a good chance for him.
It's very good from those kind of angles, driving it across the goalkeeper. There's some tears later on. We got some tears from the sky. It's, a shower. Here's Rooney. And in comes Bailly, and he passed it to Mata when he could have gone on, surely, to slip it past the goalkeeper himself. A warning to Tottenham. Well, it's been hard going for Manchester United for much of the first half, particularly having conceded so early to a pumping header from Victor Wanyama. But Tottenham, despite a greater share of possession, despite the sort of passing that they've been applauding here for years down at the lane, they haven't managed the second. United nearly levelled at half-time, but it's 1-0 to Tottenham.
Well, he must be really thrilled with what he's seen so far today. The ground is full. The new stadium is engulfing the old slowly but surely. And Spurs are putting on a show for their fans, though just one goal in it. Manchester United have been stubborn so far. David De Gea has had plenty of saves to make, and arguably the biggest party here is still to come when we see the parade of legends after the full-time whistle. Graham, what do you expect in this second half?
Well, if you're Pochettino, you're saying more of the same. Just keep playing the way you're playing. Pepper and Manu's goal. Manu are holding on, hanging on. I think Tottenham have been pretty faultless in that first half. Other than just maybe another goal, second goal, third goal. But I come back to Manu will be a threat. You know, they've got players in the team who you don't have to give them much space to hurt you. And they've got to be aware of that. But more of the same from Tottenham. It's a good watch.
We have the closing ceremony coming your way about 20 minutes after full-time whistle. Do stay with us tonight on Sky Sports to see that in all its glory. So many legends and great names of Spurs years gone by here to see it, and hoping to see Spurs see this off as well, with Jamie Redknapp, Gary Neville and Martin Tyler.
Yes, David, and these present-day players, of course, will play their part in the closing ceremony as well. They lead 1-0 as they prepare to get the second half underway. They've only conceded once in their last 5 Premier League games. That was a costly one, of course, to Manuel Lanzini of West Ham in their last match. And what we've got with Manchester United is a team that has failed to score in defeats at Chelsea and at Arsenal, and draws at Liverpool and Manchester City, and a half here at Tottenham. Not one single Manchester United goal in those away games.
No. They've been very defensive in those games. Some huge improvements to make in terms of Mourinho for next season in that capacity.
Really, wasn't a very good kick by Lloris. And here's Daley Blind. And they've got a corner. Manchester United. Maybe those on the field have noted that Marcus Rashford is already warming up. A possible early entrance in the second half. And Tottenham have won their last 16 home games in all competitions. United looking to level it up here. A little punch in the end away from Dyer.
I think it might have been a better chance for Wayne Rooney than maybe he initially picked up on at home. Got in behind Eric Dyer.
Done by Lingard, but here's Wanyama, cornerstone of Spurs' first half performance, as well as the goal scorer. Thought he'd come away fairly with the ball. Referee Moss didn't.
Yeah, he just slips it through Chris Smalling's legs. Not sure it was a foul, to be honest with you. I think Bailly just used his strength and got his body in. But this is going to be a difficult one. Eriksson is going to whip this in, I would imagine, just above head height towards David De Gea's far post, with Tottenham players running across him.
Taken by Eriksson. He's got his goal. His first against Manchester United. His 49th at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane.
Well, the pace was on the cross. It was always going to be a difficult one. Just onside. He's small, he allows Harry Kane in front of him, and there's no way you can do that. Harry Kane just has to get a little deflection, which is never easy. It's a fantastic goal. It really is fantastic. It's a lot better than any of us could have ever have seen from the first live shots. It's absolutely brilliant, that, from Harry Kane. It gives David De Gea absolutely no chance. And a brilliant goal.
And it's the 200th Premier League goal for Tottenham under Pochettino. He's one of our own from the almost hoarse Spurs support now. More to shout about here as Davis gets forward again with gusto. It was deliberate, it was deft, and it did the job for Harry Kane.
So difficult to do what he just did and make it look so easy. That cold mind to be able, ball flashes across the goal, just to control that, not get too much on it so it goes over the bar. If he misses it, David De Gea probably picks it up.
So Manchester United have conceded early in each half. Wouldn't it be, with all respect to the opposition, for Harry Kane to reach 50 White Hart Lane goals on this final day here? And all the possibility of getting 50 and more in the new stadium. Tonga.
Quicker, stronger, fitter, better this Tottenham team than this Manchester United team. Just overpowering them, shrugging them to one side, challenge after challenge.
Now the motivation is greater as well.
I was asked the question today before the game, what was the most motivation of this Manchester United team? Oh, other than you have to try and win every single match, playing for a place in the final.
Son.
Carry on playing for a place in the final, but playing for a place in the future of the club for next season, because they've fallen well short. Just opens up for Son. Hey, comfortable for him.
Here's Wanyama. Kane still fighting for it, even though it was Jones's ball. And that goes by one of these bursts from right back we've seen from time to time.
He's done okay at right back by it. He has.
Mata. Counter-attack with pace and with attitude. Kane goes for another one. Oh, had a bit of bend on it, but not quite enough. That would have been the 50.
Well, you could never argue against a player shooting, particularly when it's Harry Kane. I do have to say, maybe he should have used Trippier running outside him and waited. You just see Trippier's run now, but he comes inside, he whacks it. De Gea, I think he has it covered, knows it's going wide.
Well, Teddy Sheringham of both clubs, Manchester United could use his finishing ability in this situation. and also his. Another who made the move from White Hart Lane to Old Trafford.
Must be sunny over that side.
Amidst all the jubilation here, if you picked up one or two words of inappropriate language, we can only apologise. I'm sure you'll understand it. Emotions have run too high with the Spurs supporters, but if you've been offended, as I said, our apologies. Trippier. Over to Son or Kane, who put the brakes on that time. He is walking a bit of a tightrope. Son. There's a directness about the South Korean. When he's really on his game, he's up there with the best. Sometimes he's just a peripheral figure, but he's had a terrific season this time around.
United all over the place. Not reacting quickly, switching off the free kick. He's alive.
It was 3-0 to Spurs here last season. 3 goals that came in 6 minutes. Over Dyer, not over Wanyama, but over the frame of the goal.
The only debate, I think, on the goal was whether actually it was a free kick on Dele Alli. Maybe it was from that angle there. You just see the nudge from Bailly. There's the finish. No chance.
Where did that foot come from?
Yeah, just to keep your eye on it and get absolutely the right contact. Jose Mourinho. I said before about players playing for the place next season. The target for Jose Mourinho is not to win Europa Leagues or EFL Cups, it's to win Premier League titles, and that's why these players are under pressure. Because it'll be them or him, and it'll be him, you would imagine, at the moment, and he'll get rid of some of them. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And he needs to.
United's 150th Premier League game since Alex Ferguson retired. Just under his management, they were always in the top 3 at the end of the season. In those Premier League years, since he's gone, they've never been in the top 3 at the end of the season. Really through the middle. Just about did enough. Rooney says he was being grabbed. Sometimes let it run or flick it on for Alec. Okay. And first thought was to take the throw quickly, keep the tempo up. 2-0 up, there's not quite such a need for that. Davis. Trippier trying to get inside, blends. Not quite able to do that or get a free kick out of it.
No, he got wrong side, Daley Blind, there's no doubt, but what Trippier does is just stop so that Daley Blind runs into him. So he just stops and then throws himself to the ground. Certainly not enough for a foul or a penalty.
Jones. Martial working hard, and he's got some options here, Mata or Lingard. This is Bailly. Lingard. Can't get his shot away. Martial. Oh, Lingard can shoot now. missed connection.
It's a difficult one when it's rolling across your body. A little bit under his feet as well from Jesse Lingard. Probably United's best play, playing it out from David De Gea at the back all the way up the pitch. He just tracks it at the end, Jesse Lingard.
Jose Mourinho has made his move, and Herrera and Henrik Mkhitaryan. So you would feel they were certain to start the Europa League final.
Well, he wouldn't have wanted to use them, I would imagine. He's rested them today, he wouldn't have wanted to have to call on them, but his team is struggling. Need reinforcements.
He's having a real go, Eric Bailly, I must say.
Yeah, he's been very good actually.
Frustrated, of course, with it's a second Europa League sending off.
Be a huge loss for Manchester United. He looks like a very good signing.
There's Martial. Looking for Blind. The fourth official sorting out the bureaucracy of it all. So that's all Kurunzebe.
It's been tough for him today. Did really well at Arsenal last week, and to ask him to go into midfield, he's a centre-back stroke right back. Certainly not a reflection on him, the scoreline. He's done his very best in there.
Herrera's become a real favourite with the Manchester United supporters. They've brought their banner with them. And it's Lingard off for Mkhitaryan.
Just Herrera speaking to Rooney, speaking to Mata, reorganising the shape of the team. Mkhitaryan looks like, is he moving over towards the left-hand side? Herrera looks like he's gone into the right midfield.
Still half an hour to go. Rooney, almost in. So, produced a corner. Ben Davies needed to provide a bit of insurance there for Spurs.
His touch wasn't instant. There's a different 1-2 control. Just coming behind Alderweireld. Ran away from him.
By Dyer. Flynn. Spurs lining up to get it away. Let's get a quick word from Jamie. Sorry, quick win much this second half, Jamie.
No problem, Martin. It's just interesting now, obviously United have made a change. Kurunzebe, as Gary said, had a difficult afternoon. Been asked to mark Eriksen man for man, and even at 2-0 still staying man for man. I was thinking surely got to make a change here. Obviously he's done it now, changed the shape of the team. Thank goodness he's not asked him to Herrera to mark Eriksen, because that would have been a little bit embarrassing. But I think Spurs just look so dominant, moving the ball so well, so fluent in every little movement they've got like this.
Kane to Allen. Kane wants it on the edge here. Son up for the header. It's cleared by Mkhitaryan. And here's Martial. Maybe a more open approach from Manchester United. Now it's beautifully curved by Anthony Martial. Not quite enough bend on it to bring United back into the game.
Well, he had the one in the first half from this side. He's gone to the left, Martial. Rooney's up front. He just cuts in. Trippier can't keep him on his left side. Louis diving. He sets it out wide again. Just can't bring it back. Mkhitaryan, Herrera in front of Carrick in midfield. United a 4-3-3. 4-5-1 to defend.
Wanyama. Dyer. Midfield platform again. Off goes Kieran Trippier. Comes from Greater Manchester, from Bury. Was a youth team player at Manchester City. Won the FA Youth Cup. At that time at that club. Vertonghen. Son. Put in by Mkhitaryan. Now Davis. Dyer. Wanted to play it into Ali's feet, but that was anticipated. Ericsson. Almost through where the camera would have been offside. Son almost through, but he can't get there. Mkhitaryan's done well in a tight area. Has Herrera, the other substitute. And here's Mata, and he's gone to the right. Players in the middle now. Wild dealt with the cross. Manchester United have committed more players forward there, and Ali recognising that and trying to really go up the back line. It's not his throw. Test of his somewhat combustible temperament. The manager has his moments as well. And it was a loss of control towards the end of last season. It led to him missing out on the final games of the run-in, suspended. And it went wrong for Tottenham, and they dropped from potentially top to finishing third.
Being honest with you, I think that players who've got that spike about them, to me it's an added quality. It's not an hindrance. You want your players to care, to react, to feel that desire to win every single game, every single challenge, and he has it. He might overstep the mark at times, but who cares? I'd rather have it that way than watching someone who's just passive, passes the ball sideways, doesn't do much in the game, doesn't make a tackle.
Have anyone in mind?
Got a few.
Now the Viaduct. Years since Spurs last went through a season at home undefeated. Of course, in this stadium. Double today's crowd in the new ground, which is almost spreading, almost devouring the present stadium. Coming from the end that Tottenham are attacking in the second half.
You can't quite see, we're just stood up here on the top of the gantry, and the new stadium just appears above this one, and this is a big stadium, 40,000. The other one, or the new one should I say, looks absolutely huge next to it.
Here's Mkhitaryan. Failed to make progress there, and Davis thinking forward all the time. That's the Pochettino way. And it's a song from Ericsson. Second half here on this nostalgic afternoon. Pitch, incidentally, some of it's going to be cut up later this evening, and Spurs fans are going to be able to buy key rings with a little bit of grass affected to them. A special memento of this ground on a pitch that's been beautifully tended here by the ground staff. It's been a joy to play on. The Spurs have certainly made that count, which they haven't been able to do at Wembley. It will be interesting to see how they go next season after their mishaps in their European campaign at the National Stadium. Goals from Wanyama and Kane. Wanyama early in the first half, Kane early in the second. With sweet connections for Spurs. Just to give you some geography, that's where the left-hand goal will be in the new stadium, so everything will be to the other side of that. So the equivalent of the goal that Lloris is defending will be up that end, so to speak. So they're just buying the bigger house in the same street, aren't they? And having to spend a year away before it's ready to move in. And the history of Tottenham tells you that the name White Hart Lane was never put forward by the club. The supporters just decided that's what the ground would be called down the years, and there's nothing to stop them, of course, calling the new ground White Hart Lane, because it's actually nearer the street that is called White Hart Lane than where we are now. That will be their choice.
Yeah, you would think there'd be some sort of naming rights package up for sale. You mentioned the cost of the stadium.
It's not a think, it's a no. Here's Martial. He could be in Manchester United here with Anthony Martial. And a good finish by Rooney. So he hasn't finished yet. Manchester United haven't finished yet. Then Tottenham, whether it went in off a Tottenham foot, Rooney looks as though he's claiming it. Martial made the inroads.
Oh, it's a spanner in the works. Where's that come from? It's Martial's work. He does really well. He goes past Trippier, who dives in at him. And the other question is to whether who finishes it. I think it's Vertonghen. Wayne Rooney's claiming it. Maybe he does get a touch on it and it just comes off Vertonghen in the end. Is there a double touch? First one's Rooney, second one Vertonghen. Enough probably for Wayne Rooney to claim it. It was going anyway, and United from nowhere back in this game.
Well, his good record in this stadium continues. And Moussa Dembele has come on for Tottenham.
He's got a bit of thinking to do now, Maurizio Pochettino. He'll be a little bit more anxious than he was before that goal. I say his team was comfortably in control.
Substitutions have worked quickly to one extent. Martial on the left, Rooney in the middle. The route to their first away goal against a top six rival this season. Eriksen. Dembele. Lost his place through an ankle injury. Eriksen looking for Trippier, trying to volley it across towards Aaron Kane in the middle.
Yeah, it's a lovely switch of play from Eriksen.
Tottenham trying to re-establish their advantage now. Over him, he put Wanyama off. Vertonghen. Martial move again. Really on the move. Taking out and getting a booking in the process.
Yeah, he should have been booked in the first half, Wanyama, for that challenge. That knee-high one, he had to go into the book this time. This is a cynical one. Martial has come alive on this left-hand side and really is causing a problem.
Just stretching himself, Anthony Martial, as he gets back up again, as if he felt a twinge of cramp.
And it might encourage Jose Mourinho to put Rashford on as well shortly.
It's too long from Daley Blind.
I'm sure he didn't want to be in a position, Jose Mourinho, today where he had to use Mkhitaryan, Herrera and Rashford. But I think the way the game was going, he had to react. It wasn't going well. His team weren't playing well. They've been dominated. They've improved with the introduction of Herrera and Mkhitaryan and Martial on this left-hand side.
Bye. Ericsson. For Kane. Wants to take on Chris Smalling. "15 minutes left at White Hart Lane. For the season, forever. Trippier. Good switch of play. Dembele. Tony Redknapp, have you been impressed with Martial?
I have, and I think it's been fair to say the 2 games against Arsenal and then last week at Tottenham today, I think he's been the one that's most likely to do something. He's been quick, he's been bright, there's been a couple of times when he's tried to bend one in the corner and things have happened for him. I'll hand you back, Martin.
It's quick throw of Manchester United. They were caught out, and Christian Eriksen knows he wasted a real opportunity, maybe to set up a chance to put the game to bed.
And he did. I mean, Phil Jones in the middle, he's complaining about the decision and ends up getting caught and allows that throwing to happen. It's unlike Eriksen.
Given away by Blind. Dembele. Eriksen. Dyer. Martial got a toe to it, but Trippier plays it on to Kane. Another Tottenham corner. Ericsson to take it. Alderweireld scored a similar situation in his fixture last season. It's not going to come for him. Isn't the best ball back for the corner taker. It's hard to score against Tottenham with the best defensive record in the division this season. Manchester United have got one. And Marcus Rashford still getting ready. He'll have the chance to poop the party. Trippier has stayed down, and Manchester United were prepared to play on in these circumstances. It's their right to do so. John Moss's right to call a halt.
Just goes up to the header. It's one of those ones where Martial backs in. And it's the shoulder. Or he's just winded.
Mata has finally spotted that his number is up. Well, this half of the pitch will all still be Tottenham territory in the new design of the construction here, mostly covered by a hotel, apartments, which will be owned by the club, another revenue stream, and Tottenham Hotspur megastore. And the other half of the pitch to the right of the halfway line. Will be mostly covered by the new stadium. So as I say, it's a very short move. I was covering the game in the Vicente Calderon Atletico Madrid in the week. Gary, they are moving a 30-minute car drive away from the Calderon to their new home. That really is up sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, they've done well to acquire all the land around the ground and be able to move it. Been talk of it for a long time. I think ever since Arsenal, the great rival, built their new stadium, Tottenham have always been under pressure to catch up. Finally doing so, and caught up on the pitch.
Well, farewell to the Lane. Will that goal by Wayne Rooney be the last one at the Lane, Jamie?
Well, there'll be a few last goal scorers that like a punter that having a look at this one now, and I'm actually going to give it to Wayne Rooney. You can see that he gets the first touch. He gets across for Tottenham. The first touch is there, and it just comes off for Tottenham's right foot, and I think, just take that back just a second. What would you say, Gary? Wayne Rooney gets enough of a touch on that to sneak it in the corner, but Tottenham's deflection obviously makes a big difference. But I'm going to give that to Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, I think it was a goal last week. Was it? It was given to you. Remind me, Martin. Was it or an assist? Was it? It was.
No, there was a
Fabregas one. Was it?
There was a Fabregas assist. Yeah, that was a decision taken 24 hours later. But here's Mkhitaryan trying to get Rashford into the game. There was a doubtful one. Chelsea beat Middlesbrough, if you remember, Marcus Alonso. Yeah. But the goalkeeper was probably not going straight in, but he got the goal, and a few would begrudge that, Vertonghen doesn't want it, certainly if it's going to go down in the history books as the final one here. But it might not, because Manchester United have got their tails up now.
Yeah, Rooney's gone out to the right-hand side. Rashford's gone up top, but I agree with you, I think it is Rooney's goal.
Trippier has to give way to Kyle Walker.
You would think that's because of the emergence of Martial on this left-hand side. Wonder whether he'll keep Trippier on as well and have two of them down there to deal with him, just to deal with that huge threat that's appeared. We'll see. Oh, Trippier's gone off.
Confirmation of that. Trippier was just injured, Gary.
Yeah, no.
It's been a long season.
Slap myself around the face here.
8 minutes to go. Kyle Walker, of course, might be running out of time as a Tottenham player. Interest from Manchester City. Hearing that Pablo Zabaleta is moving on, maybe coming to London to West Ham.
Strong rumours around Kyle Walker's move to Manchester City. They obviously need fullbacks, Manchester City. Obviously, Tottenham must feel they could do without him if that one was to happen. And have faith in Trippier.
It's a rather strange atmosphere here because there is a proper football match going on. And Tottenham are being pushed all the way to hang on to their lead, but you can sense the crowd are counting down to the final whistle and all that that entails. But here is Ali, and they'll be cheering again if he gets this right. Very good work on the line by Jones.
United's improvements in the last 20 minutes has meant that it is a game. Before that, it's only one way.
Walker, and he's done very well to have any chance of controlling that when he fires by. Just too high for him really to get it down into his immediate control.
This is the chance we're going to look at. It's really good work initially from Harry Kane. He just goes a little bit too wide, maybe with the pass. Maybe he should have played him more in towards goal, and it's Phil Jones who helps out David De Gea on the line.
Kane. Headed by Smalling. Harry Kane has now scored against 24 of the 25 teams he's faced in Premier League football. Rectified the absence of Manchester United. And this. Punch back to him by Rooney. Rain putting a bit more zip into the surface. In its final minutes as a Premier League football pitch. Ali against Smalling. Eriksen's up there. Ali's trying all sorts. He's got all sorts in his repertoire. He's trying everything he knows to be perhaps the scorer of the last goal at the Lane. Football for you on Monday night. The champions back home to face Watford after their triumph at West Brom on Friday night. Then Rashford, Martial, impeded by Dembele. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Smalling. Here comes Dyer. Kane. And the flag is up. You know, Gary, I started by saying the very first league game here in the top division was against Manchester United. Do you know what the score was?
No.
2-2. History to repeat itself.
Yeah.
He hopes so.
Yes.
Well, the one with the grey hair, I mean. It's Jose Mourinho doing his early exit. So.
Do you believe in the coincidence of the fixture computer at the start of the season that added this fixture up?
I don't think it was to do with that game. It was to do with the fact that it's always a big game when Manchester United win town. This has been, as I said, a truly wonderful contest both here and at Old Trafford down the years in the league and cups, Community Shield, Charity Shield.
Say the Tottenham fans didn't expect. They've been incessant all day in terms of the noise that they've created. The team have responded, been put under a little bit more pressure in this last 15 minutes.
There's one round. Free kick to United. Reception rooms when the final whistle came, and the players have gone off this time. They've been told to report back to their seats some 15 minutes after the final whistle for the closing ceremony, which again I remind you can see with us after some analysis on this game. Off goes Rashford, cross goes Alderweireld.
Managed to run well, Alderweireld. It was a good run from Rashford. Quick. Alderweireld's quick as well.
to whip it in. Walker heads away. Carrick. Now Martial. Going down this side for Tottenham. Walker takes well. Played by Wanyama. Kyle trying to chase his own flick on. Bit of fatigue creeping in. All these Tottenham players worked so hard from first whistle to last. Kane going across. I'm not sure it wasn't easy for Small. Armenia's Mkhitaryan taking it over. Spain's Ander Herrera. Ivory Coast, Eric Bailly. We'll see what's on the fourth official board. 5 minutes left of football at White Hart Lane. It could still be decisive. Kevin Nkudu is coming on for Christian Eriksen. Is he a candidate for man of the match, Gary?
He is the man of the match, Martin. It was between him and Dele Alli, but I think that his delivery and the way in which he started the game in terms of translating his man marking him, he's had a big influence. His delivery as well. So he is man of the match.
Nkudu's only started 2 Premier League games since he came here. GKN, as they know him in the dressing room. Rashford is going to chase this. It's danger to Tottenham right at the end, and Rashford put it wide. That would have gone into the annals at both clubs, but especially here.
It's a lovely little pass from Michael Carrick. He gets on the shoulder in between Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and they're always chasing back towards him. All 3 of those defenders are really quick, but Rashford's quick. And he has to take the chance early on that second one. It doesn't quite come down for him enough. Big opportunity missed to get United level.
He's chasing again. He's progress up anyway, but he's maybe caught out the change of conditions underfoot. Different kind of bounce. While we were looking at Nkudu coming on, there was a yellow card shown to Eric Bailly by John Moss. Still very hard to take in that we won't see any more football here. It's a brilliant commentary position. The matches here have always mirrored the philosophy of Tottenham. They haven't always won them, but they've always set out to play stylish football. These fans demand that, the Tottenham way they call it. Not always easy to please, but they've had plenty of pleasure since Pochettino took on the job, and this could be the finale. Nkudu. That was almost a Batshuayi moment.
He did the right thing. Goes across David De Gea, and you're thinking that someone in a white shirt's got to be following up with him.
90 seconds. Jones. Smalling, ball over the top, has certainly troubled Tottenham, and it troubles Kyle Walker here. He wants to see it out, and he has. It was from Bill Nicholson, the famous manager here, when they last won the league, the double in 60-61. It applies to so many in the stadium. And of course, the love will go on. It will be displayed not far away from here. They'll get the same buses, the same overground train to White Hart Lane. They'll walk up from Seven Sisters, the Tube. The pubs will be the same. The cafes will be the same. But the ground will be bigger, better, bigger income stream. You touched upon that, Gary. It is a move up to the big boys. Martial, it's a proper end to this last game, with Manchester United trying to rescue a point, having been 2-0 down. Martial. The final attack for Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane. Or is it? He doesn't usually have a negative thought in his mind. Down he goes, and John Moss isn't going to give the occasion anything but a final whistle. It is over. And what a way to bow out. Harry Kane appropriately getting the goal that mattered in a 2-1 win. Unbeaten in the final season at White Hart Lane. 23 matches. A 17th successive win, 14 in a row in the league, a guarantee of second place, shades of the glory days which are being fondly remembered today. Gary.
Well, they were the best team on the day, but it's all about those fans invading the pitch and recognising the celebrations of this stadium, a wonderful old football stadium. Always enjoyed playing here, almost perfect in proportions. 2 levels all the way around. It's never looked better than today with those flags all the way around, and the team responded, which isn't always easy when you have an emotional a day like this for a football club. For those fans, they just want a memento. They want a piece of the pitch, a piece of it. Eric Dyer's shirt as well, it looks like.
It's a 24th league victory, incidentally, this season, a mark last achieved 50 years ago when there were more league games to try and win in a season. Manchester United tried to do more than make up the numbers here, but all their eggs now in the Europa League basket. They got one back, but Daniel Levy looks on. He's the man responsible for the change. He's the visionary, and you hope for him and for this fine football club it works out. From our commentary position, eyes right to the future. All that's left here are the memories and the closing ceremony to come. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 1.
Yes, so much still to look forward to on this historic night in North London, though the plans may have to change just a little. I'm not sure they expected quite so many bodies on the pitch at